Talking Luther College women's basketball with Amanda Bailey. And Amanda, obviously, congratulations. New addition to the family last week. Assuming everything's going well since you're back with us.
Definitely. Everything's great. A little less sleep for a different reason during the season now, but making things work and watching lots of film late at night. So.
And Andrew can be put to work now, taking care of Brandon, right?
Definitely. Well, both of them. He's kind of super dad right now with both of the kids at home.
And you obviously were off the last week. How'd you stay in touch with the team? How'd you handle being away? It's kind of an odd situation for a head coach, but I'm sure you were involved.
Definitely. I mean, first of all, having my staff, Coach Foley, for the last 2 seasons has really made it as easy as it possibly could be to step away for a week. And it's different watching a game live and not being there, not being able to yell, not being able to feel the emotions of your players, but just watching it on the screen. And after watching those games, there was a lot of positive things we saw throughout the game. Obviously, the negative side of it would be getting down early in both those games and having to play from behind. But both in Loras and BV, our kids worked hard and did some things to give themselves an opportunity to win. Obviously, we fell short in both, and the game kind of got away from them. But it's again that they were some different circumstances for them. But I saw some fight, and we got to continue to work on things. We're still working on building our program and what Luther women's basketball is all about. And each one of these games is, if our kids come back and bounce back and are stronger each time, regardless of the wins and losses, we're headed in the right direction.
Is emphasis going into this week getting off to better starts? Because Loras, you struggled from the get-go. BV got on you right away and had a big lead. Granted, you came back and you made it a ball game and made things very interesting, but putting yourself behind the 8 ball like that, you're not being nice to yourselves. No,
and you're watching those games. Possession-wise, we had good possessions, we got good shots, not putting them in. And against BV, they're going, they score the first 5 trips down the floor. Well, I think that's in our kids' heads. Knowing that we can come back from that deficit is one thing, but at the time that it's happening, it's a struggle. So definitely getting off in those first couple of minutes, being able to put the ball in the basket in the first couple of possessions, getting stops and rallying from that is going to be extremely important as we go on to finish strong in the conference.
You're back on the sidelines. Luther back home tomorrow night as they host Koa. Before we talk about that matchup, it's a big night with the Play for K-Night. Talk about that initiative and what's all going to be going on coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's a Play for K. The WBCA puts it on, and allows schools to participate, playing for breast cancer awareness. And our girls will be coming out in their Luther pink uniforms. We pull them out once a year to show our support, and we ask our fans to wear pink, and we just want to honor breast cancer survivors and kind of do our part for that as well. We've all been touched in some way with it, and we'll have donation buckets set up at the door and as well as the concession stands. So we should have some T-shirts for sale in the concession stands as well, and any proceeds that we have will be donated.
And Koa is going to be your opponent. Never easy. They're playing very good basketball, scoring a lot of points. Talk about the matchup against Koa. What's it going to take to slow them down compared to the first matchup?
The first one we actually came out well in that game, and we're shooting the ball pretty strong. And there was a point where we just fell apart in our last matchup. And I think being home, our kids are ready to come out. Defensively, obviously inside, there's a big matchup struggle that we've had, and they've got some great shooters outside, and our kids are really they can't take a play off of the game. They're gonna have to come out and be able to recognize shooters, be in their help side, boxing out, rebounding, which is when we do it well, we're successful, and when we struggle on the rebounding, the game could get away from us. So like I said, it's got to be a complete 40-minute game put together, and a lot of energy, a lot of heart, and hopefully it will be a good game to start at home again.
Final road trip, the regular season coming up on Saturday as you travel to Wartburg. A team you got the first go around. What's it going to take to make it a season sweep of the Knights?
They're playing well right now. Took Loras into overtime, and I think they're finally getting healthy with all their players back, and can't let them shoot from the outside. We can't let them get easy baskets inside. And again, it's just going to have to be a lot of effort to do the little things that have worked well for us in the beginning of the year and that will continue to work well if we do them.
And do you feel if you can put a full 40 minutes together, you can, despite the record, play with anybody in this league?
I do, and it's just going to take confidence from our players, and then having them believe that we can. And we've talked about this all year long, and anyone can win. And some teams have gotten on a little bit of a roll, and we haven't been able to string a couple games together in conference. And despite every other game that has happened, the one that's the most important is one we're playing right now. And it doesn't matter, matchup-wise, record-wise, what's happened. We just got to play.
All right, Coach, hopefully that roll starts Wednesday night against Go. We wish you best of luck.
Thanks.
Amanda Bailey talking Luther College women's basketball.